What is going on beyond the break here with another round of bulk purchases that we've recently made? Kind of go through what we've been buying as of late. Around this time we just entered the All-Star break for MLB, so we're kind of shifting gears. What I kind of been doing these last couple of weeks is really heavily buying football. But now that football is starting to gear up, I think teams start reporting to camp next week. The mindset now is starting to shift. Okay, let's start buying some basketball. Obviously with the Olympics coming up, there's some players that might stand out, might get some recognition during that time, might see a lift in the market for basketball. But primarily, we'll look to start buying basketball. Obviously, PSA is running their NFL special. We took advantage of that, kind of sent a larger order submission last week. Had some remaining cards that we want to ship out, so we bought some additional cards to send off to PSA during the football special end of this month. But besides that, heavily been buying basketball. So you'll see a little bit of football, a little bit of basketball. I think there's one or two baseball cards just from a sheer PC standpoint. But yeah, so let's get to it. So quickly, just wanted to highlight this card. This card came through in auction. Allen Iverson's a guy that we just love to collect here at Beyond the Break. Thought this was a reasonable price for a 2007 Refractor PSA 9. This is numbered out of 999. Just love that set and look at that shine to it. I think he got this for, put this in for a bid for $45 and won it. I think it ended up coming out to be like $43. I thought that was kind of a steal. Really happy with that. So we'll definitely hold on to this one for the foreseeable future. Like I said, I'll go through what we've been buying, primarily football and basketball. Starting to wind down on the buying of football cards, starting to gear up for more of the basketball as the season quickly approaches. Can't believe that already. But so here we got a Reggie Wayne blue, like the color match here. Frank Gore X-Fractor. This is out of $3.99 from Topps Finest. Trying to buy as much of this Top Finest. I just love this era of Finest. This is out of $199. Antonio Gates green. 2006, 2005, 2004. You can't really beat the Finest from them. Here's another one, a Brian Urlacher Refractor. This is 2006 Topps Chrome. I thought the centering looked great for these. Really tough to find cards that are centering up for this 2006 Chrome set. Thought that looked great. Here's another Brian Urlacher from that 2007 Topps Finest. This is out of $299. 2006. This is out of $299. Chad Ochocinco or Chad Johnson, whatever you want to call him. Topps Finest green out of $199. This is from the 2005 set. These are extremely tough to grade, I found, just due to the fact that the black is just easy to show whitening and stuff. Love this card. This is a Rob Gronkowski Prism Blue Pulsar out of 2013. Ben Roethlisberger. Just love the yellow and blue combo on this card. This is out of $199. Here's a Marquise Colston. Got this for fairly cheap. I think, around $8 or $9. Not a Hall of Famer. Actually, I don't even think he made a Pro Bowl last I looked. This is out of $99. But someone who made a great impact on the Saints. I think he would be a hot commodity in a graded slab here. I think he holds the record in receiving yards for all-time receiving yards for the Saints, even though he didn't make a Pro Bowler. So picked that up for fairly cheap for an auto and short print on 99. Here's a Mike Evans Refractor rookie. Definitely one of the more underrated cards or players in my mind. I mean, he's a surefire Hall of Famer, especially if he puts up another 2-3 more years, which he doesn't seem to be slowing down. Here's a Damian Prince auto out of 50. Rookie endorsements. What is this? From the Illusion set. Out of 50, I think I got this for, again, $6 or $7. He had a great rookie year. Had a little bit of a down year last year, but Texans are going to be good this year, so thought it would be a good buy. Never say no to a Larry Fitzgerald Refractor. This is from the 2011 set. Here's some basketball. Jason Kidd Refractor out of $999. The one thing I found with these is I can't tell on the centering if all of these just are thicker on the top than the bottom. It seems like the front looks great, and then you look on the back and the centering, but that's for all of them. So if you guys know that, please leave a comment if you recognize that with these 2006 tops for the basketball set. I just seem like that seems to be the issue with all of these, if it is an issue. Here's a Chris Bosh red Topps Finest out of 169. Next stack, Tracy McGrady X-Fractor Bowman Chrome. This is out of 150. Aside from Allen Iverson, he was probably my second favorite player growing up. Paid a decent amount for this, but to me the centering looked great, so hopefully everything else pans out. Here's just your basic Topps Finest Kobe Bryant base set. If you've been following my videos, I've been trying to collect all the refractors for both basketball and baseball. Obviously the Kobe Bryant's a little bit expensive, but still a cool card. Here's the Justin Jefferson Disco Prism from the 2023 set. Just thought it was a really cool variation of Justin Jefferson. I know it's not the actual year of the Prism that this came out. I think it was the anniversary or something, but still a cool card to have, potentially get graded. Here's just from some of the new select this year. It's the LeBron James. I think this is the Disco. Not numbered, but center looked great there. Here's a Jokic, same set. This is numbered out of 299. Jalen Williams, I think this is a buy that a person that I might start buying a little bit more of. He had a great year last year, and then paired up with the recent draft picks and Shy. I think he's on the upslope there. But this is out of 99 too, so short print out of under 100. Here's just a nice Derrick Rose Prism Mosaic blue, not numbered, but looked good to me from a centering standpoint. Some more football, Marshawn Lynch X-Fractor out of Topps Chrome. Centering looked great in this from the 2009 set. It's the same on the Bills too, so a little of an earlier Marshawn Lynch card. Here's a nice Jason Tatum green color match Prism from the 2018 set. These sell pretty well on a PSA 10, so especially with the color match, and obviously especially with him winning, thought it was a good pickup. Here's a Dirk Nowitzki Ruby Wave Prism from that same set, 2017. Starting to look really good here, so we'll see. Like I said, just some baseball. I think I just bought one baseball card. This is a Griffey that came through, refractor. Centering was a little bit off, so I was hoping everything else we'll see how everything else pans out, but hoping for at least a 9 in this if everything else looks good. Adrian Peterson at Topps Chrome. I don't love this set. Centering is extremely tough to find, so when I saw centering, I threw a couple bucks on it. This is a refractor from the 2008 set, so we'll see. Don't love it, like I said, but I couldn't say no to that centering, so we'll see. Here's a Calvin Johnson Pulsar, I want to say, out of the 2014 Topps Chrome. This card is so cool with him in that snow game against the Eagles. I would love to buy some more of these. Probably the biggest card that I purchased recently. This is a LaDainian Tomlinson black out of 99. I will say that I am pretty bummed when I got this delivered. It came in a top loader and no sleeve. So for a card that I purchased almost 60 bucks for, I'm not someone to give negative reviews. I did give a neutral review and just said, heads up, next time definitely want to ship in a sleeve. So bit of a bummer, but it looked like no scratches that I could see. But once I put it under the light, we'll find that out. And then this was another card I picked up, Allen Iverson Topps Finest out of 349. I already can see some whitening on both sides, so definitely something I just put in a case for now. Maybe just hold on to it. I don't think I'm gonna get graded, but nor will I want to sell just yet. I might add to my AI PC. But like usual, I'll go through the stack, go through ones that are gradable, ones that are not, and kind of go through which ones that are not and what we found. Okay, so out of 29 cards, 18 we feel are gradable. And when we say gradable, majority are 10s, some worst case scenario we feel are 9, closer to the 9. So that's what we feel are gradable. So out of the 29, 18 we feel are. So we'll quickly go through those, and then we'll go through the ones that are not and what we found. So these Topps Finest, both these Topps Finest we feel are definitely a 9. Centering looked good on both. I think the only thing we found were like one little dimple here or there or scratch. But we feel like these are strong 9s, potential candidates for 10s depending on the grader. Same for this 2006 Brian Urlacher refractor. Centering looked really good, like I mentioned. No scratches, which is difficult with this set. Surface looked clean. I mean, couldn't say anything bad about the surface. The one thing I did find, and let me see if I can show that on the, no, it was like a little, like, I don't want to say dirty. I'm going to try to wipe it off, but a little bit up on the top here. I can't, poor camera angle. But yeah, that's the only thing, but I don't think it's a big issue from what I saw, and in the light it doesn't look as bad. The Frank Gore, this looked clean, no issues with me here. No issues there. This surefire 10 in my mind, no issues there. Wouldn't be setting this if we felt like it was a 9. The Mike Evans, super pumped about this, especially with the centering. Centering looked great. Typically with these, it's tough with the centering left to right, just so close to the edges there. But no, all good here. The Colston looked great, no issues there. The Ben Roethlisberger, great, no issues there. Even with this dark back, I think like one little tiny white spot, but you know, in my mind that's at least 9 worthy. Super pumped about this one, kind of a color match too. The Rob Gronkowski blue Pulsar, everything looked great here, no issues. Yeah, centering, you know, it's a little bit, I would say, maybe a little bit heavy on the top and the bottom, but on this side it looks much better. You can kind of see from where this ends and then where this ends, but look great there. LeBron, clean as could be, no issues there. The Jefferson, same thing. Same thing here. I think the one thing, let me see if I can, it felt like there was a bump here, but there's not. I can't tell if that's just a reflection. I like right there. Doesn't feel like I don't feel anything, and I think it's just like the material or the reflection on the card. But everything else looked clean, so we'll see. I might not send that. I'm debating that, but the Kobe, this looked really clean. Starting to look great. Corners great, no issues there. If anything, like this one corner had tiny bit of white, but other than that, and that's part of the sleeve. You know, sometimes it looks like there's a dimple, but most of the time it's just from the sleeve, I promise. Super pumped about this one. I mean, the centering, like I said, was unbelievable. I couldn't find a better centering card, especially on the back. But yeah, especially with this dark gray border, no issues that I could find, no scratches, nothing. So look clean in my mind. Same as this. Chris Bosh, super pumped about this one. Especially with these, I've had issues with some of the centering, some of the whitening, but I mean, if anything, again, like a little bit top heavy, or a little bit bottom heavy, I guess, on this one. But I didn't find it to be a big enough issue to not send that for grading. Like I said, this centering was great on this card. I just can't tell if it's just more the cut of this card. The top always seems to be larger on the back. If you guys know, again, please leave a comment, but to me that looked fine. Looked like all the other ones had the same thing. The Dirk, this was potentially a more of a 9 than a 10. I think centering looked great. Just a little bit of whitening in this corner. Maybe it was this corner too. No, one of the corners had a little bit of whitening. I would say this is more of a 9, potential 10. Same for this. This was good. No issues. Centering looked great. I would say just the classic, like one little white corner out of the one darker corner. But to me, I think potential 10 there. And then this looked clean. No issues I could find here. Centering was perfect. No issues outside of that either. So all good there. Like I said, 18 cards that are gradable. So good amount in my book. Anything over 50%, I find to be a win in these bulk purchases. AI, like I said, this was already beaten up a little bit on the corners here, a little too much weighting, especially this corner. I think this would be more of a 7, potentially an 8, so definitely not worth it. I think just keep holding on to that. Moving into the ones that are not gradable, the Chad Johnson. I won't go through all the issues, but so this one we found just, it looks like it was like taped. Someone taped the card down shut, but you can kind of see the outline there, but it caused a little bit of a dent. So a little bit bummed about that. Other than that, that was clean. The Fitzgerald, just a bunch of scratches, and I have a tough time getting scratches on the camera. Let me see if I can get scratches here. Yeah, you can see all those scratches all right here. Just a bunch, especially along here, along the side here, the right side. So unfortunately, and then the back I think was all scratched up as well. So definitely someone that just, took a pencil to it and just, or a pen and just scratched it. And you can see too a little bit of dimple there too. So unfortunately we'll not be saying that. The Damian Pierce, this looked clean on the front. I was super pumped about it, and then you got to the back and you had a classic nail indent there. A little bit of a thicker card, so that's usually what happens with some of these thicker cards. So not going to be saying that for grading. The Derrick Rose, I think it was more just wear and tear on the edges. For some card like this, I would want to make sure it's potential 10. I can't even get it out of the case, out of the sleeve, but wear and tear on those edges there. This one I think was even like lifted up a bit. So won't be setting that. Jalen Williams, super bummed about this, but this is a new card too from this, so I don't know how this happens, but where is it? Of course now I'm not going to be able to find it. Right here. Big, there it is right there. A big dent, scratch, or whatever that is. Bigger than the nail mark, but bummed about that. The Jokic, again, similar thing, a newer card, one that we would want a surefire 10 on. Again, though, these are tough because you really need to inspect these backs, but this one had a similar thing. Now that I'm not going to be able to find it, of course, but there was definitely a dent that I found. I think it was right here, maybe? Make sure I can get that on camera. No, of course I can't get it on camera right now. Definitely had a similar situation as the Jalen Williams. The Tomlinson, big bummer, huge bummer. Like I said, I paid good money for it. Center looked great. Listed as near mint on. Just one thing, he didn't have many cards that he sold in his past, his history. He had 100% review, but he only sold like 20 cards. So, definitely just wrong list. If you can see right there down here, just completely, someone just took it and just pinched it looks like down there. Surprisingly, it came in no sleeve, like I mentioned, and no scratches. So other than that, it was clean. I wouldn't send this to PSA. So a big bummer about this one. But you can't win them all. You got to understand that when you buy them on eBay in auction style and in bulk like we do, you got to cut your losses and, take your wins when you can. But to me, that's just something you got to be careful for. The rest, the Griffey, just it's too many. I think there was like a couple dimples on that. The Adrian Peterson, same thing, larger dimple, and the Calvin Johnson, some dimples on here. Let me see if I can find the Peterson one real quick. Oh no, this one, not the dimple, this one was lifted down here. Let me see if I can get that. There's like a lift. Oh man, this is terrible camera work right now. There's like a lift here, a bump. I'm trying to see if that will get in the light, but yeah, little bit there. You can't really see it, but there's a big bump there. So unfortunately, we'll not be saying that for grading. So yeah, like I said, you know, starting to move into a little bit of moving away from football now. Probably will send one more order of football to PSA during the special, but mainly gonna be buying a lot of basketball if we can for the next month or so. Yeah, you know, again, please like and subscribe. Please leave comments. Love to interact with you guys if you guys like a video like this. Till next time, peace.